Welcome. Thank you for coming out. It's very sweet. It's a day of joy. I'm not going to be lying to you with everything that's been going on the past 10 days. It's also under a cloud right now, but we're hoping that joy will eventually shine for anybody that's interested in Garth Brooks music. You know, I'm not really good at talking at you. I'd rather talk with you. With that said, I'm told there are some things I have to cover before we can open it up for questions. Today, I feel very lucky to be joining Sony Music and very lucky to be working with the guys at RCA Nashville that'll be handling radio and retail for us. Scared, yeah. Old, yes. See what the second half is. First of all, I want to thank God and everybody that's given me the chance to actually look at a second half of a career. I don't know too many artists that get this chance. So I have to thank Doug Morris for personally flying to me, which I thought was totally upside down, but very sweet of him to come seek out this artist and see what the future was. He did it twice. So if any question is why Sony, why RCA Nashville, it's because Doug Morris took the time to come find me at my convenience, which is crazy, and it was very humbling. And you kind of know when you shake somebody's hand that way that here we go. Now I'll make the same statement that I did with Steve Wynn. Everybody loves everybody when it gets started. We'll see you in a year, and my hope is that you don't regret this day, and my bigger hope is I don't regret this day, but I think we're going to be fine. So the announcement of new music that's coming, yes. Alan Reynolds has retired, the producer of the 9 or 8 studio records. Mark Miller, the guy that has been the engineer on all 8 studio records, has stepped up to producer records. And I've told Alan this, so it's no news to him. I've never had more fun in my life making music than I have with Mark Miller. Sweet man, great ears, great guy. We got a young kid to take his place named Matt Allen, who's a fantastic engineer and is growing every day. So it's nice to see this young man kind of become his own guy and his own entity as an engineer. So we're off and running, same players. We're lucky enough to have the same players. The world has changed, we know that, but all we can be is ourselves. So new music is coming. I can't tell you when because truthfully we don't know. At this point, the guys at RCA have a better picture of that than me. My job at this point is just to create, have fun, write, record, seek out songs. I do want to say thank you to the Nashville songwriting community as well as LA and New York. They have been priceless. They have kind of taken this on as their own mission, this album. And I just hope for all of them that I don't let them down because they have spent 24 hours a day for the last 3 months making sure that I got to hear everything possible that they had to offer. So my love and thanks goes out to them. I guess the big question of today will be the digital music. We've never allowed ourselves to go digital. That will begin within the next 2 or 3 weeks. It's a pretty big step. It's pretty scary. It's really, it's a cool form. And when it's used right, it can do wonders for the artists. And even better, it can do wonders for the songwriters. When you do it right, we'll all succeed. And so we will be doing our digital the best that we can, the only way we know how, because we're the only ones that kind of play our own way. So digital will be handled at garthbrooks.com. It'll be the only place you can get Garth Brooks music. Right now I think we're talking with Ticketmaster to try to do something while the on sales are going on for the world tour as well. It'd be a nice, easy way. And if Ticketmaster and us can come to an agreement on the people and the customers getting the best deal that they possibly can, then I hope that that happens. But the only place I know for sure right now is garthbrooks.com. With that, the website will be up and running here shortly. Another digital thing that we've kind of stayed out of, social media. It's another thing that we've kind of stayed out of. I'm not sure where we're going there. our stance on social media is not quantity, but quality. We think if you take care of the quantity will take care of itself. So this is our first live stream, I think, on garthbrooks.com. I want to welcome all the believers out there that's been so sweet to us in the waiting process of allowing me to get to go home and raise my children. Greatest gift you've ever given anyone is that gift you gave to me. And the mere possibility or sheer possibility that there might be people waiting when we come back is very humbling, very flattering. And for those who show up, I hope we give you a show that makes you forget the ones that were in the 90s. That is the goal. So we've got a lot on our plate right now. We'll be announcing the opening city soon. A weird situation kind of came up in Vegas. Forgive me, this is the longest I've ever talked at one point in my life. In Vegas, January 2nd and 3rd, I think, we were playing the New Year's shows out there. And we opened it up for questions. There was a kid named Andy, and I think he was from Atlanta. That's all I know. Andy said, "What's the opening city of the world tour?" Now I'm screwed, right? I hear somebody in the front row go, "Tonight, Vegas. It's the beginning of the world tour." And that's what I told the crowd. And the crowd graciously was very happy about that, except Andy. Andy just kind of had this look on his face. And so I told Andy, I said right there, I said, "Andy, if you really want to, leave your information here. I'll call you, and you'll be the first guy to know the opening city." So on September 14th, I'm going to call Andy. And what Andy chooses to do with that information is up to Andy. We'll make our announcement shortly after. What is it? July 14th, sorry. What month is this? Is this July? Yes. So July 14th, we'll make our announcement to Andy. And then shortly after, we'll make our announcement. If Andy decides just to keep the information to himself, it's whatever he wants to do with it. But we made a deal that night in front of the Vegas crowd, so I'm going to hold up my end. And I might get a message machine, I don't know. But he was a nice guy, seemed like a nice guy, and so we'll find each other. Miss Nancy, is there anything else that I have left out at this point? Ireland, are we going to address that here before the questions? Ireland, I wish, I'm trying to look out here and see, since I've been gone for a long time, I see some people, a lot of people that are too young to remember the 90s. In the 90s, controversy and Garth Brooks kind of found each other. And I always knew, even when it was happening, whether it was good or bad, whatever was going on, you kind of knew how you got into it. Ireland, I don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. January, I went over for press. I had the greatest time. I was treated like a king. I have never been treated anything less than a king by Ireland or its people. Had a wonderful on sale, 3 shows. Peter calls me and says, "I have 100,000 people still looking for tickets." Sold 240,000 tickets. And he's got 100,000 people looking for tickets. And I clarify, wait a minute, are you saying you have 100,000 ticket possibility or 100,000 people? Because it's 4 per person if they want. He said, "I have 100,000 people." I said, "You got enough to sell 400,000 more tickets?" He says, "I have." And so we talked about a second on sale, especially because of one town, Limerick. The on sale went horribly bad for them. The system went down in Limerick. And these people stand in line, they wait, they camped for days for this. Well, we're looking at them and we say, if we put a second on sale, we got to take care of Limerick. So we call the ticketing company. They're already way ahead of us. They're sending 2 supervisors up for the second on sale to make sure that everyone in Limerick that was in that line gets taken care of. Now they went from down, because I got letters from Limerick, and they were all sweet, just saying we didn't get them. They went from down to the second on sale, up again. Here come the letters, the emails. They were so appreciative. Everything was rocking. Every month over there, about every 6 weeks, you have a meeting where you have to pass their tests. Safety, people, rigging, everything. We've passed every one of those tests. Up to 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, It was nothing but love. And then came the thing where, hey, Garth, we're okay in 3 of them. You're going to have to figure out what to do with the other 2. I wish I knew where that came from. I wish I could tell you I saw it coming. Never did. Anybody that knows us knows that we don't do golden circle. We don't elevate tickets or drop tickets because people with more money can afford better seats. It's always been the same price across the board because you treat everybody equal. It's just the luck of the draw where you sit, and if you want to come to a Garth show. Same way here. Even in Vegas, you want to see something rare. Wait till you see Steve Wynn go off on you, and you're the one he's going off on, right? The whole golden ticket thing didn't work in Vegas. They said, no way, we're just doing them all the same price, and they all were the same price. So we don't treat people different. So now what do I do with 160,000 people? And why are they treated different than the 240,000 people? And so it's like just kind of put on my side. And the statement was, Garth, with a simple yes, you can make 240,000 people happy. And my statement back is, with a simple yes, you can make 400,000 people happy. I don't have a clue how we got here. All I know is that the powers who can fix it are not here. It's a simple yes. Open it up for 5 nights, let everybody have fun, then go to work on never letting it happen again if you want. Create your laws, create your guidelines, but don't sell a show to people and get their hopes up that you're going to just cancel on them. And that's okay. It's not okay for me. I don't agree with that's the way to treat people. And if the Prime Minister himself wants to talk to me, I will crawl, swim, I will fly over there this weekend, sit in front of him, I will drop on my knees and beg for those 400,000 people to just have fun and let them come sing. That's what I want to do. Did we cover Ireland? Very much. So with that, can we open this up for questions, please? Thank you very much. You read my mind? Perry, would you mind?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. We have microphones for those who want to ask questions on either side. And Katrina, I think you're there first, so we'll go with Katrina.
Garth, hi. Katrina Perry is my name from RTE. It's the national broadcaster of Ireland, so you can probably guess what my question's going to be.
Yes, ma'am. I really thought you were from here when you started talking, but yes, I got that. Welcome.
Thank you.
Are you from Ireland, or do you
I am
live
now.
here?
I'm from Dublin, actually. I'm from Ireland, so I'm just
Did you
moved.
come over for this?
No, I'm based in Washington,
Good.
D.C. Yeah.
Good.
So I came from Washington. But anyway, I'll get to the questions because I'm sure people don't want to hear about me.
What are you hearing, please? And do you have an answer?
Well, I am not involved in the situation, obviously, and I'm based here in the US, so I wouldn't be close to the action, as they say, but I know that everyone in Ireland is distraught about this, and it's occupying all of our front-page newspapers, half of our bulletins on my station, RTE, and people just want to find a solution. They're also a bit embarrassed that our country has been brought to world attention in this way. That tickets were sold and people booked flights and hotels, and yet we find ourselves in this situation with just a couple of weeks to go. But I mean, I don't speak for any of the parties, let me just clarify that. But I just wanted to ask, I mean, are there any other solutions that you think we could come up to do this? I mean, I heard there was talk maybe of doing matinees, or perhaps coming back later in the year and doing 3 concerts now and 2 concerts later.
Yeah, let's first address the embarrassment. Ireland should never be embarrassed. Its people should never be embarrassed. Most loving people on the planet. I tell anybody that'll listen to me, you want the greatest experience of your life? Go to Ireland. They will eat you alive. It's a great place. The system should be looking at itself, saying we have flaws and this is how it's done. You have a gentleman over there that's in a certain political position that has made his decision with all kinds of respect, and he's standing by that decision. My question is, let this gentleman do his job, but there should be somebody above this gentleman that can walk over and go, you've done your job, Now, I'm telling you, we're going to allow these people to get to come and sing and have a great time. I know that sounds really simplistic, but that would be my thought. Matinees, I don't have a problem with matinees. I'm going to tell you, though, sticking 160,000 people out in the middle of the day, I don't know if I'm worried about them or me more, to tell you the truth, because I'm getting older, because I don't want to give them a half-ass show. I want to give them everything that Garth Brooks has. And if we get to shows 4 and 5 and they go, well, it sucked, as long as they say the guy gave us everything he had left, that's all I can ask for me. So I personally will do whatever it takes except canceling on people. And I got to tell you, I think we sold 160,000 tickets to people who are coming to see the full show, and that show is only full at night. I can tell that Ireland doesn't know what's coming, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to give a little bit of the show away here. It's 255 feet wide, 20 feet tall. That's just the video screen. We're coming back to Ireland because we don't do social media. 75% of the people who bought tickets were 25 years or younger. They were babies when we were there. They haven't seen us. So the reason why they're coming is because of what their mom and dad has been telling them. And now, Garth Brooks is 6'8", beautiful locks of hair. You know, this guy's Superman. I don't want to disappoint them. So we're bringing Superman to the show. But this isn't a show that you pick up and move. It's a one-time only thing. Never ever will I compare myself to another artist, ever. But I'm going to mention a name simply because of the footage from it. To me, Elvis Presley's most famous footage, for me, was the comeback special. So we think that's going to be ours. So if we can pick one place on the planet to show the world the most special moment we think is coming, Ireland was the pick. So if you think this is a show that you're going to see anywhere else, if you think this is a show that doesn't take 12 days of preload in and then 5 days of just heavy-ass load in after that last game over there, then you don't have a clue what is coming, which is kind of how we wanted it. We wanted to surprise people. Now I've let the cat out of the bag, but this thing is monstrous. And the reason why it is it must match the quality, integrity, everything of the Irish people. And so that's why we've spent so much time for this, and this is why this dark cloud sits over us, because today we should be all laughing and joyous, and this cloud is sitting here. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely it did. If I could just ask you one little follow-up. When you're talking there that it's a dark cloud, and you said at the beginning a cloud has hung over you for the last 10 days or so. Do you think the experience that you've had would put you off coming to Ireland again and might put off other similar big acts?
Well, I don't really think you can talk about a future with Ireland until Ireland has a system that works, you know. No offense, but 400,000 tickets were sold. Those 5 shows were sold. Let those 5 shows be played, then fix the law, whatever you have to do after that. It's a simple yes is all it is. But for some reason, the system keeps throwing it back here. The problem isn't here. And the reason why it's a dark cloud, I can tell you this honestly. Anyone in Ireland, anyone on the planet is sad about this, you're not 1/1000th as sad as I am. Because I'm the real loser in this one. Because I'm the guy that's out the greatest experience of his life. You know?
Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next question here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's on. Just go ahead.
You look good.
Oh, there you go.
How have you
Take
been?
that one.
No, you look good.
No, man. The years have been better to you than
No,
me.
no,
You look
man.
great. How have you
R.J.
been?
Curtis with All Access Music Nashville. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
What's the timetable for new music? When do we hear new Garth Brooks music?
Well, I know that, but I can't tell you that. The guys are telling me just kind of keep it vague, so I'm going to say sometime around the end of this month. Is that vague enough? No. Sometime in the next 2 months. Yes. Sometime in the next 2 months.
Okay.
But RJ, thank you, because I'm sure the industry knows who you are, but so you know I know the biggest market in country music. Thank you for introducing me to it, and and playing, because that was my whole career.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Question on the front row.
Thank you. My name is Joyce Fegan. I'm from independent newspapers in Ireland, and I have come over here especially for this to speak with you.
Thank you. Hope your travels were good. I'm sorry that you had to come over for if it's not good, I'm sorry you had to come over for this.
Well, maybe, hopefully I can come home with a solution and we can have you for the
Please.
5 nights.
Please.
So as it stands, is it still only 3 out of 5? Because I've just been hearing that we're close to a deal.
No, I mean, not if it's selling 160,000 people. You got to remember, for me, if I think of Ireland, I think of love. For me, it's not Ireland to say 160,000 people, screw you. That's just not you guys. So trust me, I am shocked, dumbfounded, whatever. I don't know if you guys are.
We are. The country is shocked, and there's a very, very strong will. I've been there as it all unfolded. There's a very, very strong will to make this happen, Garth.
Well, I got to tell you, I wish there weren't any mics or anything. There's a love affair between you and this music. Forget me, but this music. And that was happening, rocking. 90s was great. 2000, I swear to God, if I got it once a week, I got it 10 times a week from people from Ireland coming over, sitting at the gate, going, when are you coming back? Because I want to hear that one phrase you always hear, Garth, welcome to Ireland, right? I pulled into Ireland 6 months ago, and what the first thing I heard? Garth, welcome home. I lost it. What a sweet woman. Welcome home. Yeah, that's how I feel. So I feel that me and you have it all right, but the system is screwing things up. And I don't know how you handle it over there, but over here, you know, they work for the people.
And my question, my actual real question is, did you receive any warning that the license for all 5 concerts weren't going to be given to you? And do you think you should have, Garth?
Did it what?
Do you think you should have been given an indication or a warning that you weren't going to get all 5?
Well, again, I'm a stranger in not my land. Simplicity for me may be too simple. I did press for the first one. I don't think there was anybody on the planet that didn't know. I did as much press for the second on sale. At no time in there ever did anybody go, whoa, whoa, wait. At no time when the 400,000 tickets were announced that they sold through did anybody go, whoa, whoa, wait. At no time in these monthly meetings that you go to have to get your stuff done to get to the next meeting to let the shows go on, did anybody say, whoa, whoa, whoa. So no, not until you heard the news. I probably heard it after you. And I seriously thought, nah, sure, and now it's came to this. So, which is, again, what we're talking about here today should be bright and sunshiny, and what we're talking about is the loss between an artist and those people that allow him to be an artist.
I know none of the fans have, all of the fans are staying very loyal to you. Everyone is happy with your decision that you didn't pick one over the other. But aside from us feeling embarrassed, do you feel hurt by how you've been treated by Ireland and the system?
No. The system is flawed. I'm sorry. It's not my country to say that, so let me take that back. It's my opinion that the Irish system got some weight on it and it buckled. And I think it's the system's job to look at itself and fix itself. I think they do that after they take care of 400,000 people who has made their plans. 400,001 that have made their plans. So no. The Irish have my love forever. Whether I ever play there again or not is not the question. The answer is they will have my love forever. And again, if somebody comes up to me today and says, "Where do I take my kids? I want to go." Ireland. It's a beautiful place.
Thank you very much for your question, and we want to give other opportunities. So we have a question right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you want to address that, or you want to go to a question?
Well, she said for the album, RJ was asking about new music. The album, of course, is going to, hopefully, if we do our job right and everything, somewhere around Black Friday is usually what we do our thing. Now, truth is Black Friday's moving now, left and right. So it might be a week before what we traditionally know as Black Friday. Whatever retail will probably make that I think that decision probably.
Good. Question?
Yes, sir.
Hey Garth, Chuck Dolphin with Billboard Magazine. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. How you been?
Doing great, doing great. Talk a little bit, you mentioned Elvis a few moments ago. Being on the same label now that Elvis made all of his great records for and such a historic imprint in Nashville. Talk about your feelings about being on RCA.
Well, it's, you know, you can't deny its past, its history. I was also born on Capitol Records. You can't deny that past and history. So I feel very lucky to get to fly the flag of RCA and Sony. Truthfully, all things are always based on the music. So how good this day is all going to be reflective of how that music is accepted or not. So that's my job. That's all I know, and I don't think the label makes the artist or the artist makes the label. I think the music is what makes everything work or not. And I do have to tell you, though, not offending anybody whatsoever, there was plenty of opportunity for anyone to come and find Garth Brooks. But Doug Morris, again, did it twice. And to reach up and shake a man's hand like that, I want to work with a guy that's running a company like that. Fair enough?
Good deal. Next question?
All right, over here.
Yes.
Hunter
Yes.
Kelly with ABC News Radio. Wanted to go back to the record and talk about Garth the songwriter. How are you going to show up as a songwriter on this new project? Are there things you've been wanting to say for a while that we're going to hear?
Yeah, I'm kind of all pent up, you know, if that's the right word, because it's been a while since you've got to express yourself. So the new record, I think, is going to be what we traditionally would know as a double album, just because there's a lot to say. Now, here's the kicker. I'm getting my ass kicked by these songwriters today. We're cutting everything but Garth stuff, it seems, right now, just as we're going down. I told Bob Doyle, who knows music better than anybody in this town, I said, the level of songwriting stunned me. These kids got it together. They got great grooves. They got great messages. I'm really, really impressed. So I'm having a great time playing and writing again, but I'm not sure that my writing is up to the level that the town is right now. I'm hoping it's because I'm rusty, not because I suck, you know. But you go back to work and you start working that muscle again. But right now, most of the stuff we've been cutting have been outside songs, and you just make them yours. And I'm very impressed with this town at this point.
Over here?
Yes.
Hey Garth, Nancy with Westwood One.
Hi, Miss
I
Nancy.
wanted to ask your decision with the digital music. Why now did you decide to do it? And also, do you personally use digital music? What songs can be found on your phone?
No, I'm kind of old school. For one, Nancy, know that I'm the father of 3 children, and they're all ranging from ages. At the end of this month, they'll be 18 to 22, okay? So I don't get to touch the radio, okay? So I listen to what they listen to a lot. And then, yeah, I mean, the digital thing makes it so easy. It's really nice if you want to pull up any artist at any time and do it. So that's kind of how I do it. The reason why we have waited is because, for me, music, there are people that will disagree with this next statement in this town. There's a lot of them. There's a side that says, I create the music, then I'm done with it. Marketing, you do your thing. Good for them. 100% respect. For me, once you create the music, then you owe that music your last blood, heart, and soul to get out to make sure as many people hear it as possible. You don't have to force them to buy it. That's their choice. But to let them know it's out there. Because there's some great statements, like we were talking about. The first single that's going to come from here, if we all agree on it, might be one of the greatest statements ever. This album also holds a song on it that I'm gonna, I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't say this. Dang it. This song holds a song on it that might very well, if not, have taken the place of the dance for me as my favorite Garth Brooks song ever. I didn't write it. Pisses me off that I didn't write it, but what a beautiful song. So there's a lot of great messages coming. And I think it's my job to get those messages out. And if people go, hey, man, I don't want to hear it, they'll turn the dial or whatever. But that's not my decision. My job is just to go out, play music, and make it available for as many people as I can. So now we have control over digital, our whole catalog. Now's the time to come. What's coming, I'm going to tell you right now, people are going to mistake for giving it away, but I'm not. There's going to be a window coming with this digital era for anyone who's waited for Garth Brooks to go digital to get it all at a stupid price. But that's what it's all about, is now we've waited for however many years to go digital. This first digital push should come out, and the people that have waited should be rewarded. And hopefully that's what we're going to do.
A couple of more questions over here. Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm
yes.
sorry.
Hey, Garth, Tim from CMT.
Hey, Tim.
Where do you see your new music kind of fitting in today's country landscape? And you touched on it earlier. Are you really kind of nervous about jumping in there to see how the stuff's going to be receptive by younger audiences?
Yeah, there's two terms that's going around right now. One's called bro country. You familiar with these? Are you familiar with hick hop? I don't think my stuff's either one of those, you know. So I think, well, it's not. It's just, I wouldn't describe it that way. For me, it's Garth music, which, again, there's not too many people in here for the 90s, but if you remember, I was the guy that wasn't the country guy in the 90s. So it kind of feels weird to be the guy now that's going, ooh, that's old country there, you know. So it's kind of odd. So all I can do is just open this up and show you at the time. And then you'll make that decision what it is. If you had to put it in a box for me, Garth music. And hopefully if you do Garth music right, it's ever evolving and it stands the test of time. We did this New Year's show I was telling you about at the Wynn show. The whole band. And I got to tell you, I walked away from there that night, second show, I walked away going, it made it. And this is egotistical to say. It made the leap. Call in Baton Rouge made the leap from the 90s to today. It still has the same effect. Friends in Low Places, The Thunder Rolls, these things made the leap. Now, the people's voice will tell me if that happens when we go out on tour. But from an artist looking at the music, I feel very lucky to be associated with songs like those.
Over here on this side. Go ahead.
Thanks. Rosemary Young from
How are you doing, Miss Rosemary? You look great.
Great. Well, thank you. So do you.
Miss Yearwood would want to tell you hi.
Oh, please tell Miss Yearwood I say hi back. We love you both, and thank you so much for being here. You kind of alluded to this before, and so many of us who were with you in the 90s are feeling the same way. But your shows are very, very energetic, and we're all a little bit older, and maybe a little grayer. So how are you preparing for this mentally and physically, this world tour that's coming up?
Well, physically, you know, you're dealing with challenges of getting older. You just are. But if you went to a Garth show, which you've seen plenty of them, you understand when the music starts, all that I am is just where the sound comes out. It's what the music does to you. So I'm hoping that's not going to change anything. It didn't in Vegas our last time we played. When the whole band got together, you look and you see these guys to your left and right that you've traveled the world with for 25 years. It's wonderful. I feel very lucky. So I hope that doesn't change. I'll tell you this, I have seen the world tour stage, which is totally different from the Irish stage, because the Irish thing is a one-off. I've seen the world tour stage. It's phenomenal. I mean, I was sitting there with my jaw open going, are you kidding me? This is what we're going to roll around the world with. It's very impressive. Built by a guy named Brad Watney, who has, you know, done our stuff in the past, but he's outdone himself this time. Because our job is to, whether you agree with bro country, hick hop, whatever, our job is to fly the flag for country music. I want these people walking out of these arenas going, best show I've ever seen. That thumped harder than any rap show I'd been to. It was louder. It was more chaotic. It was just stupid. That's what I want to hear. All the good things, right? So that's what our job is. Our job is to go out there and fly the flag of country music, and people walking out going, I'll put that show up against any other genre of music. It's always been that way and always will for us. So I don't think much is going to change for us. Also, the older you get, the more you're kind of locked into the songs you play because it's built up over the years. So I don't think there's going to be much of a change in the show for someone that saw it in the 90s. I will tell you this, I'm going to leave the two names out, but it changed my life. I'm putting Reba, I'm lucky enough to put Reba in the Hall of Fame. An artist comes in and says, oh guys, I just went and saw the band, right? Okay. I said, how was it? He goes, sound better than they ever did, but they never moved. It's like they're sitting there, they sound better than they ever had, but they didn't move. I immediately got all my guys together and said, look, I don't care. Make it look hard. We're still in the business of entertaining. Because people have never come up to me and go, hey man, that F-sharp diminished chord you played in that song kills me. But they'll come to you and go, oh, I remember when you busted your ass and fell off the side of this. They remember that stuff. Well, to me, that's entertainment. That's just fun. It's just mass chaos at high volume, to steal the phrase. And that's what we'll be this year as well.
We have time for one more question, and let's get you right here.
Hello, Mr. Brooks. My name is Shannon Perkins, and I'm from concertblast.com. I grew up listening to you give praise to Chris Ledoux, George Strait. You're going to be coming back, and you're going to be in those footsteps. How does that make you feel?
It's very sweet when you hear a kid say Garth Brooks. It's really nice, especially an artist that you respect or admire. Any of them, they're very sweet. I get a lot from radio guys going, hey, we're watching all these tours today, and they stole your show. And you got to pull them over and go, no, if they stole my show, then they must have stole Chris Ledoux's show, because that's where I stole it from. Chris got it from somebody else. That's what we do. I was lucky enough to go into the Hall of Fame here, and one of the guys that came that was so sweet to do it was Bob Seger. Stole everything I possibly can from Bob Seger. James Taylor was there. Stole everything I could from James Taylor. George Strait was there. You know, that's why I came to town. So it's very sweet to hear this. And as long as they keep it in a good thing and not a old fogey type statement, it's great. But I got to tell you, I'm ready to compete with them, because competition between us only makes the product better, which makes the consumer more happy. Under that flag of country music, it all keeps going in circles. I understand you said one more, but if you're okay, I'm fine to go a little longer, because there's a lot of...
Okay, I see heads nodding over there, so let's go. Question over here.
Hello.
Hi, Garth. How are
Happy
you?
birthday.
Oh, thank you. Not everybody gets a birthday gift from you. My question is, will Sony be distributing the music to Walmart exclusively like you have done with the past few records, or will it go out to other retail outlets?
You know, we're doing all retail.
Okay.
Walmart, I mean, it's been a wonderful, wonderful relationship. Coming back to a record label itself, it's why I had to leave Capitol. They wouldn't do an exclusive deal. I would expect these guys to do an exclusive deal. Target, everybody's been way too good to everybody to do an exclusive deal that way. So with this new music, it's going everywhere. And if the stores that have not been on the deal while the Walmart thing was going on, if they go, you know what, keep your stuff, they totally have my respect, and I understand why.
Awesome. My second question would be in regards to, you mentioned Ticketmaster and that you're working with them. Do you have a ballpark idea of if you'll be able to keep your ticket prices low like you have in the past, or will they be increased to kind of be what the general price range is?
I know exactly what the ticket price is. So I can't tell you, I guess. No, they're like, I promise you will know in the next, we'll say 10 days, okay?
Thank you.
You will know that. And I got to tell you, I'm very proud of the ticket price.
Well, we're glad to hear that. Thank you.
I'm very proud. Oh, my share. Now, they're going to throw a lot more stuff in there that, you know, that, no, but yeah, I'm very proud of the ticket price. And Ticketmaster is not usually a company that I'm sitting here waving the flag for, because they control everything. They're one of the big beasts. But truthfully, they have been so sweet in making sure that the people get the best price that they can get. They've convinced me of that. And so I feel very lucky to be working with Miss Angela and those guys over at Ticketmaster. Ben Farrell, good man that really cares about the people. Been promoting concerts for 100 years. Good man. So I think it's in the right hands.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Deborah, okay, over in the back over there.
How are you? It's great to see you.
Great to see you.
Oh, this is so cool. Thank you for coming.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for being here doing this today. What was the thing that was hardest to let go of when you walked away to take care of the kids? And what's the thing that you're most excited about getting back into as you step out of retirement and start this new chapter?
You know, my baby's here somewhere in the room, so I should look at her when I say this. The hardest thing that I found to let go of was purpose. I knew what my job was, you know? My job was eating Taco Bell at 3 in the morning and sleeping in late, getting up and going and starting songs but not finishing them because they're going to finish them for me. That was my job. Luckiest guy on the planet, easiest gig on the planet. When I got home, I'm staring at 3 children that I don't know, right? And I got to tell you what happened to me in the last 14 years. Greatest gift you could ever give somebody. I found my purpose. I found my purpose for the rest of my life. And now, the luckiest guy on the planet has 3, thank God, healthy baby girls that are off on their own, chasing their own dreams. And I'm going to be the guy that gets to eat Taco Bell at 3 in the morning and get to go tour again. It's fantastic. So, again, I can't thank God enough. I can't thank the people enough, because I don't think any of us in here realize a second half of a career is not granted. And I'm not saying we're going to have one, but you have given me a shot to have one. And so that's where we're taking it from today.
Okay, we are going to do
this
one.
gentleman's been having his hand up all day.
And we're going to get to him, and he's going to be our last one, because we've got some other one-on-ones. Go ahead.
What is your name?
Let's get you a mic.
Hey, Ben.
Let's get you a mic so we can hear you.
Hi, my name's Ben Foster from roughstock.com.
Hey, Ben.
I'm just curious about what we can expect from the new album in terms of sound and style, and how it might compare with what you've done in the past. Can you give us some insight into that?
You know, I wish I could, but again, Ben, before you were born, we had albums called No Fences, Rope in the Wind, and people thought, I thought, we had a Garth sound. Then came The Chase, which totally different. And then In Pieces came, which is the most live feeling album we've ever cut. So it just goes. I wish I knew how to explain it. I wish I knew how to control it. And I'm kind of glad I don't, because you're just along for the ride. So I can tell you this. Will we do cowboy songs on this album? You damn straight we'll do cowboy songs on this album. Will we be doing songs that I wish George Strait would have done because I want to be George so bad? Yes, we'll be doing that. We'll be doing stuff where you'll hear it on the radio and go, wow, who's that? Yeah, we'll be doing that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Garth.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is that it?
That's it.
You guys have been very
That's
sweet.
it.
Thank you.
Garth Brooks, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Right back there. At this time, I would like to call to the stage the chairman and CEO of Sony Music Nashville, Gary Overton. Gary.
Thank you all very much. Holy crap. That's amazing. I could sit here all day and listen to Garth Brooks. I mean, we are so excited and honored to be handling his music. So thank you, Garth. Thank you, Doug Morris, for making a great deal and bringing him to the Sony family. And my only job now is to say thank you for coming, and lunch is served. That's all I got, folks. Thank you so much.
This has been a special presentation from News Channel 5.